76% of job applicants have at least one certification. So let me take this back a step. Job applicants is what we're going to talk about here. And I have had some people ask me, do I really need a certification to get a job? I know some people who landed a job without a certification. And then on the other hand, I have people who say, I know so many people who have 1 or 2 certifications and they can't find a job. Do I need 3 or 5 or how many do I need? And the truth is, it's not about certifications at that point. If you have a certification, that's plenty. But let's look at the survey results. 76% of Salesforce job applicants have at least one certification. An additional 9% are currently working towards their first certification. And then the remaining 15% don't have a certification and aren't currently working on getting one. So let's think about that. 76% of job applicants already have a certification. 9% are working towards that certification. So we have 85% of individuals who understand that having at least one certification is meaningful to landing a Salesforce job. When we look at these numbers, the way we differentiate ourselves is to get a certification. It shows some level of dedication to the career, and it also shows some level of acumen for these skills that you need. So if you're one of the 15% who's going, I don't have a certification and I don't think I should have to get one. I think they should have to train me on the job. That's a nice thought. I can see where you're coming from, but you're competing against 85% of people who are already certified, and maybe they want on-the-job training too, but at least they've shown some dedication and have a certification. So without the certification, unless you have a really good network or you have somebody on the inside who can get you into interviews, the chance of you even getting an interview without a certification is going to be difficult because the other candidates already have one or they're working on it now. Employers and Salesforce professionals feel that certifications provide a benchmark for your skill and they show dedication to the profession. It shows your dedication to the profession. It doesn't make you an expert. It doesn't make you amazing at Salesforce. It simply shows that you're dedicated, and it provides a base level information for the employer to go, they know enough about Salesforce to be certified. They care enough about Salesforce as a career to be certified. All right, I'll look at their resume. I'll look at their LinkedIn profile. So that's what we're doing there. Each certification for entry-level jobs is going to come with a diminishing marginal return. So you get that second certification. Yeah, that's going to help an employer differentiate you some. You've got 2 certifications where we saw 76%, have at least one certification. So you're differentiating yourself there a little bit. But once again, if you don't have experience, then they're definitely going to pick somebody with a certification plus even 2 to 3 months of volunteer experience over somebody with 2 certifications with no experience. And really that volunteer experience is going to help you interview more fluently. You're going to be able to talk about stories. You're going to be able to talk about the experience you have and not just about your theoretical knowledge and ability to take multiple choice tests. The next thing that I think is meaningful to you guys is the most common certifications in the Salesforce ecosystem in 2021 were in order: the Salesforce Administrator certification, the Process App Builder certification, and the Developer One certification. So these were the 3 most common certifications in 2021. And the certification I would still recommend getting first would be the Administrator certification. This shows a foundational knowledge of Salesforce, even if you want to be a developer or a business analyst or anything else. Start with the Salesforce Administrator certification. It shows you have foundational knowledge of the platform. The second certification I would recommend would be Platform App Builder. And that is because there's a lot of overlap between the Administrator exam and the Platform App Builder exam. So you'll notice once you finish the training for the Administrator exam and you head over to the prep trail for the Platform App Builder exam, you're already going to be almost 50% done. That's because there's 50% overlap, and it's going to be much easier getting the Platform App Builder certification once you're comfortable with the Administrator topics and you've gotten that one. I would say if you're going to spend time on something, think about, if you have limited time available, instead of that second or third certification, I would probably focus more on getting some volunteer experience or your LinkedIn branding, your engagement on LinkedIn, sharing, commenting, posting, writing engaging content to the audience that you're targeting, which is employers, recruiters, other Salesforce professionals, things like that, that's probably going to have more influence on your success than getting another certification. Also, interview prep is often overlooked. So those are things you can spend your time on rather than those second and third certifications. You can focus on things that are probably going to help move the needle a little bit more. If you aren't certified yet and you're wondering what Trailhead alone might mean for your ability to market yourself, 71% of the Mason Frank survey participants feel that Trailhead alone does not impact your success in landing a job. So that doesn't mean it's true, but it means the feeling in the ecosystem is that no certification, just Trailhead. 71% say that, you can talk about your super badges or whatever else, but at the end of the day, you're going to need that certification in order to show that you're serious about this career. I think that pretty much wraps up this conversation. Obviously, certifications still play an important role in the Salesforce ecosystem. If you're not aware, consultancies care more about certifications than other companies that might be hiring you. This is because certifications play a role in the partner scoring for the consultancies, which means that if you have 3 certifications instead of 1, they're going to have a little bit higher partner score because they hired you. So that could impact what you're paid. And also, a lot of times consultancies, when they hire you, they will give you bonuses or raises if you get additional certifications. So that can be a good reason to, interview and what I would call sort of sandbag your certifications, where maybe you already have 2 certifications and you think you have enough to get the third, go ahead and interview, because what you might find is that if you land that job, they'll give you a raise as soon as you get a third certification, and you could get that rather quickly if you're prepared. But if you want to land a Salesforce job, my advice would be to make sure you have at least 1 certification. And then you can check out our other content around getting volunteer experience, interview prep, job search strategy, LinkedIn branding, and pretty much everything you need to secure your spot as a Salesforce professional.